Oh,
the other guy that I invited is, if you saw the other notes that I was putting down in Rev's broadcast, Brendan is actually a buddy of mine who has been my buddy since kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
Known him for a long time. So yeah, no, you finally found the app, and hey, Eric's here. Hello, Eric. Kentucky, hello, Kentucky guy.
I can't wait till they get Facebook fixed and I can see the messages from Facebook. And then I have a lot of old time friends that I grew up with that are on there.
So they fixed it. They fixed it, at least for mine. I had Facebook messages coming through on mine earlier today.
Oh, okay. Then I'll.
So I would check that out again.
Yeah, I'll turn it back on then.
Yeah, I would turn it back on, because it might say Facebook user up top.
Okay.
Like it might say FU, but it will read out their comments. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be awesome then.
And for the 28 people here, again, what is the launch that's happening on Thursday, supposedly?
Okay, so the launch on Thursday will be SpaceX Turksat 5. So it'll be their 5th. And it's a rush to get this up because it needs to be up within a certain time period. Before February 1st, it has to be up by, for them to keep the control of that section of space where the satellite is going.
Okay.
And it is between 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, and I actually got the. I'm not supposed to say, but I'm saying 8:30 and. Hang on, let me find this freaking email.
Yeah, let me try it this way and see if this works. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Got it. Here's my buddy. What's up, Brendan?
Hey, what's up?
It's been a minute.
8:28 is the window to 12:28. Now my problem is
that's AM?
PM Eastern Standard Time, but the problem
Eastern? Okay.
Yeah, the problem with it is if I go at 8:30, because it's on the 45th property, I have got to stay until we are released, because we're escorted in and escorted out. My son gets off work at 10 p.m. If the launch doesn't go and they put in them delays on Thursday, then I'm stuck and I'm not going to be able to get to Jesse to get him home from work. So, and he's on a 7-day-a-week schedule. So what my game plan is I'll probably just watch it from the river but I still get the same view. I'm just a little closer. So
okay.
I'll be like 7 miles versus like 2 miles.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
So we had a few. This is my friend Brennan. This is Space Gal, Brennan. I'm surprised to see you on here, man. You came on through YouTube, but
Yeah.
I'm surprised to see you joined up, and I'm doing, dude, on this app, over 116,000 views to my videos.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Killing right now. And if you see next to my name, it says verified journalist. I finally got my verified journalist badge here on HAPS.
Nice.
I was originally going to be covering the Tokyo Olympics this year. I was going to be heading to Tokyo for 3 weeks, and then something fell through at the last moment that I can't say, and I can't go there. But on top of that, I will be covering. It looks like I'll be getting a job here very soon at WBBM in Chicago for a radio station, 780.
Awesome.
So we'll see. But Space Gal and I, the reason I brought you up here, Brennan, Space Gal and I, if we can, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this now, have me up in your stream while you're watching launch. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, I can still do it. It doesn't matter what location I'm at. So I have a lot of vantage points living where I can actually watch the launch right from here on my balcony.
That's
great.
Like if you know where the vehicle assembly building is, which sits on the river, which is the Indian River, I'm literally like less than a mile from that river. Like, and literally when you get to the river, the VAB is right across the river. It's right there. So I'm in perfect lineup with the launch pads.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for Thursday. I hope it goes off without a hitch, and I'm able to join you. We can get a good launch window and get it ready to go, because that would be something that I've looked forward to doing for quite a while, is being present and commentating on a launch.
Yeah, the first day is 40% or 60% violation for upper level winds and clouds, cumulus clouds. And if we have 22-mile-an-hour winds at the ground, upper level winds are going to be a lot higher. They will start setting balloons off so many hours before the launch. But SpaceX is one that does not like to scrub beforehand. They love for us to get out there, freeze our butts off, and set up all our equipment, and then they'll turn around and go, no, we're scrubbing. And it's like, oh, let's wrap everything back up.
So if not Thursday night, is it going to be pushed to then Friday night or Friday morning?
Friday night, same window.
Beautiful.
Same exact window.
Okay.
It may change by a minute or two, just because we're always turning and our axis is always changing. So it's got to be through certain windows to get it into that set of space coordinates that they need it at. So
yeah. Hey, Brennan, can you believe there was a guy on here telling me I don't know about physics?
Oh God.
There was a guy on here the other day was like, Pat Voss doesn't know about physics. He doesn't know about science. And I was like, oh, fuck out of here, guy. Anyways.
Stupid. He wanted so much attention that day.
He really did.
You remember that video, What the Bleep Do We Know, or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, What the Bleep Do We Know, the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a great movie. I love there's another version of that. There's a Down the Rabbit Hole version, which is basically just a longer explanation into a few things. But they What the Bleep Do We Know is really, really good. For anybody that's willing to learn about quantum mechanics and certain, possibilities, certain different parameters of quantum mechanics, that would be a movie that I would say the beginners should look at, because once they do, that'll give them, like it gave me, the opening quick, oh man, now I want to learn about this. That was a nice little intro to it.
Didn't we have a discussion one time? We're talking about how a basketball is not actually touching the ground as much
correct.
as it feels it.
Yeah, we talked about the electrons pulsating off each other, and basically it's never actually touching the ground. What you hear, the smack you hear, is all the electrons smacking against each other. But yeah, to repulse each other. By the way, what was that?
I just took a pill and it doesn't go down easily.
You're taking a horse pill. You gotta.
It was. It's my pain pill, actually, just so I can try to get some relief, so I can sleep tonight if I can.
Absolutely. So, Brendan, here's a little couple things that we haven't talked in a minute. For anybody else, not saying I'm sponsored by them, but got myself some proper 12 Irish whiskey. Mr.
Nice.
Conor McGregor himself, and also got this for for Christmas. Is don't make me use my announcer voice. I thought that was kind of nice.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But by the way, so on here, Space Gal, Randy Horton, yes?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Randy is actually throwing some things my way, because he also does voice work for different people and cuts commercials. And he said he's going to be throwing some stuff my way. When he goes, hey, when I get backed up, I'm going to throw a few your way, and then the payment's yours. I was like, throw them. Throw them. I'll take them. I'll record them all in one shot.
Yep.
Get me a one shot. By the way, and this is something that I'll get with Brendan here in a little while. So that the interview or the podcast episode you and I did 4 years ago, right now, I'm feeling pretty damn good. I called that shit. Sorry. Anyways.
What you
but
didn't
I just remember the podcast in Spunky Dunkers and then thinking, man, that's been 4 years.
Hello, Mystic. How are you?
Who's that? Oh, hell. Hey, how are you doing?
Mystic Deanna.
Mystic Deanna. What? Sorry, man. My cheeks hurt from smiling on that
wait
one.
another 4 years and see what happens what Biden does, and we'll talk.
Hey, listen, we need to do another episode. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Mystic, When are you coming over to Haps?
Oh, is she still on Periscope? Yeah.
Yeah, I see her on her Twitter, so would be a Periscope account maybe, or she's in Twitter. It's probably
Yeah.
Periscope.
Yeah, because I'm not. I don't know how she's watching this. Unless, did you share this out to Periscope?
No, just because I'm live, all my viewers get it as well.
Oh, I wasn't sure because I'm not. I'm not multicasting to anything right now. So
I am. You have a choice, like when you join it, what platforms you want to send it to. So it goes to my Periscope, my Twitter, and my page, my Haps. So yes.
Oh, beautiful. Well, then I'll watch because I know now we've got your viewers in here.
You don't have to fucking worry. My mouth is worse than anything. I'm a Jersey girl. So that F-bomb shit comes out of my mouth all the time. I don't care.
Well, there you go. Well, then here, and this is something I had earlier. Hold on. I had this earlier. Let me take this off. That's my guy, Conor McGregor. Fuck Floyd.
Oh,
back from that, back from that fight in 2017. I have that. I had my shirt on earlier. That when I was interviewing Walter Salcido. By the way, Brennan, if you want to catch any of my other broadcasts that I did, the one that I say that I'm joined when I'm says MMA discussion with Walter Salcido, that one I think you're going to want to see because we talk Conor's comeback, we talk MMA fight cards coming up, and I think you'll really like it. I think you'll really enjoy that one. There's that one, and then there's a couple other ones that I've had on here, like Roberto Duran, the fighter. I had Robert Duran Jr., his kid, on the show here about a week ago, something like that. I can't remember when I had him on, but pretty recent.
Pretty soon we start talking more about Logan Paul, huh?
Ugh. By the way, speaking of that, I'm actually going to have part of Team Mayweather on my show very soon, talking about the Logan Paul Mayweather exhibition fight, and then some other fight cards coming up. Never mind. You know what? So, Space Gal, I know you said you enjoyed the MMA discussion. One of the discussions I don't like the most is the discussion about Logan Paul and Mayweather. I hate that discussion. It's such a joke.
It is a joke. I know he wants to get into it and he's really trying hard, but if he really wants to do it, he needs to get rid of his YouTube channel. And I agree with that. And then maybe he would get more respect in the industry. He's not earning the respect being a smart ass. And that's all that comes to, because that's all
he doesn't seem to care though.
No, because it's all for the dollars and the clicks and the views. And Keemstar, doing things about him, and yeah, he talks shit or whatever bad things are going on because Keemstar. I don't know if you all know who he is, but he does the dirt on everyone. A lot of people don't like him, but he keeps up on the dirt. So whatever's going on, in the YouTube community, Keem. It's Keem. His show is called Drama Alert. And he's been around for a very, very long time. And I don't even have to turn around and follow Jake Paul, Logan, any of them. You just watch Keem and he keeps you up to date. The first guy that he fought and from England.
KSI.
The drama with his brother, and all you got to do is watch Keemstar. He keeps you all up on it.
Yeah, that KSI fight was such a joke. That was, and again, Logan Paul, if I'm not mistaken, he lost the second fight to KSI, who is another YouTuber.
Correct.
And he wants an exhibition with Conor McGregor, by the way. He wants the Irishman, and I think he's going to get his ass whooped.
No,
if Conor even was any serious. If the money was there.
No,
Big Keem. No, not from
Periscope world. Not from fucking Periscope. Keem. Keem. Keemstar Drama Alert. Look up YouTube. Wow.
He said, get your head out of Periscope world. We're not.
We're not talking about. He's nothing. The Big King is nothing. He's nothing in Atlanta. Ever was he anything in the Atlanta scene? Please use another. I don't care. That's where I'm from. So
I don't think it's anything big. I don't think it's anything big that, Periscope people. Now, there are a few people that were on Periscope that I do definitely respect. I know there was the brain, the neuro scientist that was on there. I can't remember his name, but he would do some Periscope videos and do Q&As and things like that. That was kind of cool. I like that. But yeah, a lot of people, that was a lot of drama, and I'm glad that with Haps, it seems like a lot of that drama has kind of dissipated a bit, and we're waiting until March, obviously, when Periscope dies. But for the most part, Haps has kept it drama free, and I think that's why my numbers have actually climbed, and then I've stayed out of that 200 range. I've got 5, 6, 7, 800 per video, and starting to get more subscribers to the channel. And I think the lack of drama is what's keeping that on, because people are saying, hey, we want to, like you did, Space Gal, you said, I can't wait to see the MMA interview. Great. But there was no drama during the MMA interview. It was a straight up good interview. Everybody had a good time. And then we ended it.
Yep. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I had a delivery, my only one of the night, and here it is right in the middle of it. So I was doing a Kentucky Fried Chicken delivery out to the campground. So it was all good. I enjoyed it. Hey, Debbie.
And one thing, Haps has a lot to improve upon. You say that, but I say that it's also in beta, and we understand this.
Yes, and we do understand this. Remember, they had an influx of Periscope people that came in all at one time when the announcement was made, and their servers were not ready for that influx. They didn't know they were going to get the influx either. But they are this week, beginning of next week, they will be on new servers. And they have a lot of updates that are coming. And if you watch Peter and Pablo and Mark, you can stay up to date with what's going to be coming.
Exactly. Yeah. I think.
What's wrong with the audio?
Yeah. I'm not even entertaining people saying there's stuff wrong with it, because I don't really care. Like,
it's beta.
I'm on here. It's beta. And I've had successful interviews. I've had successful shows. I've had shows that some people have, by the way, I got yelled at for the atheist show I did the other day. But that was hilarious. But I told the people, like, listen, if you don't want to watch my shows, you can just hit the X. I mean, there's an easy way to get away from that. You just don't watch them. And people are still like, but there's other shows you do that entertain me. Okay, great. Well, then look at the title first and then come in.
Okay. I am an affiliate on Twitch. Okay. So you want to start? I'm an affiliate on Twitch as well. So, I'm a super broadcaster on Periscope. It's just the point of Twitch. I don't like Twitch's platform. You have to have Prime to really be able to, and OBS or Streamlabs, whichever. And I don't find them user friendly at all. I'm a dumbass my son loves it. I'm a dumbass. This I can be doing. So
again, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do.
Monetize.
I'm going to keep deleting comments that suggest, because what's happening is, and Brendan, you'll see a lot of this right now. We can't block comments, block them. We can't block them if they're from another platform. So he's trying to just give other reasons to go away from Haps. And again, I don't care for people to do that, especially since it's taking away from shit that I'm doing. And by the way, Brendan, if you're not already following me on Instagram, there's a giveaway I'm doing at the end of the month on Instagram, and it's a gimbal for your phone. So it's a gimbal, like hand-controlled gimbal, that sits there and rotates and does things where you can have really cool documentary-style footage. You can do shots of things. It's never been used. So again, it's up for grabs at the end of the month. All I ask is that people follow my Instagram and people like my most recent post. That's it. Other than that, you're already entered.
And
after you do that, you're entered.
Follow me. Check out my story. The link is in my story.
That too. If you follow Space Gal over there as well, the link to it's in the story, right?
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's see. So yeah, no, I think for here, when people want to talk different subjects, I think that people will definitely get going on different subjects, and it's okay because we have all different likes, right?
Yeah.
We don't have, it's not just one niche. You're not just saying it's all sports, it's all this, it's all that. Because I had Tony D talking to me earlier when we were doing the Atheist and Science podcast, or earlier tonight. I had Tony D come up and say, you're going to do another sports broadcast, right? And I'm like, well, of course, but not when people ask me to. It's when I do it. Like when I get around to doing it and I have a good co-host, I absolutely will do one. But for right now, I don't have any good co-hosts. And normally it's for sporting events, it's harder to find right now because of COVID. It's very tough to find good, not busy people because they're always trying to get things together now.
Right.
Yeah.
Haps has been a journalism app, and that's why I got my fucking badge. There's a reason why I have that badge. And by the way, I'll have to thank everyone ahead of time that pushed for me to have that badge. I thank everyone ahead of time that said, give Pat the verified journalist badge, because they had seen my work from before. They had seen my other work. I just had to send in the proper requirements to them, and then they did it.
It sucks. I had my VIP on Periscope, and it was taken from me because of someone that tried to scam me. That sucks. So,
wow. Are you gonna get it back? Don't you have it back on here?
No.
You don't have your VIP on here?
Wow.
Nope. I'll have to earn it. And it's quarterly. And I had just recently came on. I'm only on a week and a half, maybe here. That's it. So I'll have to wait for the next quarter to come around, and I'll probably have it. If I don't, I don't. I'm still earning, so it's okay. It's not like Periscope where you had to become a super broadcaster before you got the, or you had to have how many super hearts
right
before you were to apply and stuff. So it's whatever.
That's the one thing I like about this is that I didn't have to have those super hearts, and on top of that, you had the ability to get what was it? You had the ability on here to get paid off of this here.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a VIP. You don't have to be anything to get paid. You get to the 200, you're there.
And you cash out, right?
Wow.
Yep.
So, by the way, Brendan, so this is real. You know how a lot of people are like, oh, you do this, you do that, and you can cash out and you can get money, and this app gives you money, and you're like, oh, BS.
Yeah.
I can attest to it personally, brother. Like, I have already cashed out 200, and I'm already to my goal of another 50. So I'm sitting pretty solid right now.
You're getting there.
That's awesome,
getting there. So once I hit 200 again, I'm going to cash out again, and we're going to do this giveaway.
Yep.
Not the gimbal giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway of
But Ukeberry, right?
The Ukeberry is going to be her masks. Then the second giveaway is My Bunny Valentine, Ella from California. She's going to do a lot of the My Bunny Valentine merchandise. The third giveaway, honestly, I have no effing clue. I have no clue. I'm actually looking for people to give products. What's up?
Maybe something from space.
That would be nice. Although I'm not giving up my fucking patches, so
I get, I have a whole book full. I have connections in the space community a lot. All I got to do is ask for stuff, and they'll send it to. And you want to know something?
I'm gonna talk to her. Okay.
I'm going to tell you something. I can give Tori Bruno with ULA a message, and he sent me stuff before, and I can ask him to do stuff for a giveaway, and he'll send me stuff. I promise you. I'm very close with Tori, and he's the CEO of United Launch Alliance.
I would love for you and Tori to come on the show to do the giveaway. That would be amazing.
I don't know if we can get Tori on. That's a hard one, because I know a lot of people that do, what do they call that? Podcasting.
Yeah.
And they would love to have Tori on. And Tori's a very busy man.
Would Tori be objecting to the fact would Tori object to if I said this giveaway of these patches or whatever is sponsored by and use ULA as a sponsor in that way for the one giveaway?
The best thing you can do is message him on Twitter, and you can tag me as well, and I can tag it, or you can DM him. I can actually DM him because he follows me.
What's the I would DM him if I were you, and just let him know my name and say hey, now he follows you on Twitter. What's his name?
Tori, Tory Bruno.
Just looking. Tori Bruno, got it. President and CEO of ULA. Rocket scientist.
Yep.
Okay, nice. So I do follow him. I'm updated on his page here, so I do follow him. December 30th. Oh, so he hasn't posted in about a week. Okay.
I don't. He could be with his family and stuff because he does live in Colorado because that's where the home base is for ULA.
Oh, okay.
He's the only one that's got a hard hat. For a cowboy hat is a hard hat. Amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to do this. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And it's going to be space theme. I'm still thinking of what the title will be. But again, is that till we reach 200 or is that because I know we need to reach at least something because I want to pay you for shipping. I want to pay you for shipping out to where for the winners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I at least have to do that.
I'm trying to think what's coming up that's going to be big see, I never know when I'm going to get patches anymore because not every launch they do patches for anymore. And it really kind of sucks. It's like, I don't know what happened with that. Because like SpaceX Turksat, it would be up to the company Turksat because there's a patch design for every single launch, but we don't get them on every single launch.
Okay.
Horrible.
Well, what's the one for next year? Was it Perseverance that is the rover that's going to go to Mars? Isn't that?
That's already launched. That launched
right.
3 months ago, February.
I think it's going to land next month, isn't it?
It's February. Yeah, it's February 20. I was at that launch actually.
Nice.
I got. If you look at my. I'm trying to think which is the best. It's hard through Instagram, but you can. I guess Instagram would probably be the best way. And I have photos of they had a life-size rover there, so you can actually see the size versus like there's a helicopter on there. Integrity is the name of the helicopter. It'll be the first helicopter that will be flown on Mars to do exploring.
Very nice.
I got pictures of that and everything. I have interviews. The kid that won, there's a kid that won naming Perseverance, and the girl that won Integrity, naming Integrity. So,
I'm sorry, you interviewed both of them?
Yeah, I was there for the interviews. So we kind of like media stand because we're social distancing. It kind of worked. They weren't doing individual one-on-ones. So they did it in a group, and I have interviews of that. Debbie, do you know if those are on my YouTube? I don't even know if I loaded them up on my YouTube. I have a really good one on there on my YouTube is when I did the mobile launcher. I did an interview with the driver. That one was really good. So when they got the crawler out for the first time, when they were getting it back rolling, practicing going up to the mobile with the mobile launcher on it. I wish I could get out there more. I really do. There's so much to do, but they have Kennedy Space Center. Pretty much it's just the visitor center, nothing else right now. You can't even get out to the Saturn building anymore. They're not allowing buses to run out there, nothing.
Which is sad because I was looking forward to that. And in lieu of a cruise this year, I was trying to go out to Florida to see Kennedy Space Center and for my fiance to be able to see Disney World because she'd never been. So we're trying to do both on either,
You can go to Kennedy and you can get a ticket and they will give you another ticket for the next year once the center's completely open. So, but they have to be really cautious out there with the COVID. I think they're a little bit too cautious, but that's my opinion.
Well,
so very tight on how many media people are allowed. Very tight, because if something happens, you have to shelter in place and the buildings are very, very small because they're from the 60s. And they have to be able to shelter us all with social distancing in place. So, and right now our media center is even closed to us. We cannot do any work in the media center. We have to stay outside. They even put porta johns out there for us. Ain't that great?
Brennan, I don't want to leave you out in the cold here. I'm not trying not to leave you out here, but I feel like we're having this conversation, and I keep looking at you, staring at the screen. I'm like, you know what? What does he have to say?
No, so I was just taking down notes because actually you guys are talking about awesome stuff that I can actually start doing my own live shows about. So, like for instance, one thing Space Gal mentioned was the whole COVID. I got a whole thing on that I can talk about. And when you're talking about the whole sports topic and stuff, a little back, I was thinking about the how the Bears made it into playoffs just by losing.
I couldn't believe that they lost and got in.
Yeah,
we suck. We're in the playoffs. Yay! And I know for you, Space Gal, you're a hockey fan. Yes, you said.
Yes, love hockey.
So for you, for you in Florida, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup recently.
Yes.
Recent enough.
But I like ECHL, so I'm not on the Solar Bears. Those would be one of my teams. But I was a Gwinnett Gladiators fan. But your NHL players come from the ECHL league. So they go to ECHL, then they go to the AHL, and then they go, to the NHL. So they got to start somewhere.
I know for a while for the Blackhawks, I know the AHL team, the Rockford Ice Hogs, was actually very, very good there for a while, and then it seems to not be churning out as many hits, at least to its upper company as far as the NHL and the Blackhawks. It seems to be, hey, we're going to trade away so and so for a draft pick, and we're going to go over here for this and go over here for that. And I think the Blackhawks are starting to screw up a bit, but we'll see as far as NHL goes. Where these teams kind of sit in the next couple seasons.
Oh, shoot. All right, y'all. I'm going to back out. I got to get up early. I'm going to the zoo in the morning, and then I have pain management doctor.
Understood.
So, everyone have a great night. I'll talk to everyone later.
All right. See you, Space Gal.
Can you uninvite me? What's the best
way
to
do
this? All right.
No, you can drop, and then you can just hit the exit phone, the red phone line on the bottom of your screen. It says exit, and then once you hit that, I'll uninvite.
I'm on desktop.
Yeah, I know it's at the bottom of your screen. So down there where it says mic, camera, it says exit.
I see it. Thank you.
All right, there it is. Let me hold on a second. Let me go over here.
Right.
Bang. So, what do you got for us? What do you got for us, sports guy? Sorry. This is how I've been feeling the last week and a half.
Taking notes before Friday and then doing my show on Saturday, but no.
What's up, DJ?
I honestly don't get how the Bears even made it, and honestly, I think the Bears' record would have been better if they would have kept Trubisky in. Period. Even though he was having a rough start, Nick Foles took over. It seemed like he was doing good. Or honestly, just in general, any football team, if they're going to have two quarterbacks, even three, I still think that one quarterback should play the first and second quarter. The other quarterback plays the third and fourth. It rests both of them up. It seemed to work at first for Trubisky and Foles. Trubisky did the first half, started sucking. Foles picked up the second half, the third and fourth quarters, and they won those 3 games. If they would have kept that going, honestly, I think their record would have been better than what it showed. Their defense is pretty damn good. Their offense, though, has a lot of work still to go. And there's no way that they're going to be able to beat the Saints and score as much as they have in the past couple of weeks. I was even surprised how much they scored with the Packers. I honestly thought it was going to be a bigger blowout than what it was.
Well, with the Saints and the Bears in the first round there, I think that the Bears, if they were able to pull up some kind of weird upset win, you know how they'll do it. They'll do it by a defensive miracle. It won't be an offensive anything.
Well, you know what pissed me off the most, though, is that and I think it was the third quarter or the fourth quarter. There's like 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left, or whatever. They kept going on fourth down. When they got close enough to kick that field goal, they should have just kicked it. It had more time on the clock, stopped them again, scored again. They stopped the Packers, score another field goal, catch up with those points. They're only like I think 12 points or whatever to catch up. If they would just kick that field goal instead of kept going on fourth down, running down the clock, and screwing themselves up. Every time they went for it on fourth down, like, oh man, I was yelling at the screen, like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, the reason they're going for it, you're talking about the Packers game?
Yeah. Yep.
The reason why they were going for it is they didn't know at the time whether or not the Cardinals were going to lose their game. So if the Cardinals didn't lose, they no longer have the tiebreaker. The Bears don't get into the playoffs at all. But if they keep going for it and they push and they win the Packers game, then they know for sure they're in the playoffs. But they lost, and they were lucky that the Cardinals lost too. That's really what it was. It was them being afraid that they're about to miss a playoff run, even though we all know the Bears are about to be exited out the first fucking round. Like, it's not even going to be close. But then the funny thing is they would actually have the hardest. Normally, it would look like the hardest schedule to the Super Bowl. If the Bears ever had a chance to go to the Super Bowl this year, they would have to beat the number 2 team in the league in the NFC. They'd have to beat the number 3 team probably, which would be the Seahawks. Then the NFC title game would be against the freaking Packers, the number 1 seed. So they'd have to play the top 3 seeds in their conference just to get to the Super Bowl. That's just there's no way.
It's going to be worse next year for them, because now there's for next year with the whole new NFL rules, there's 17 games next year.
So they have an extra game to fuck up. But aren't there more teams actually being entered in the playoffs next year, though?
I think so.
So if they enter it by another one or two teams get entered, if 8 or 9 teams get in per side, they actually have a better shot. Not with the 17 games, but they actually have a better shot depending on how the Detroit Lions and Vikings play them next year. They actually have a better shot because they could win. They could win 4 games right there. Plus, hopefully they split the series with the Packers next year, which would mean they win 5 out of 6. That's going to be hard as hell to do. But 5 out of 6 in your division is pretty nice. The Cornhuskers should have done that this year. Martinez sucked this year at cornerback. That's all I'm saying. Well, again, I don't give a shit about Nebraska. The Cornhuskers can do what with those corn husks. But I will say on an NFL level, where the big boys play, I would say, I actually care about, the Saints. I do care about the Saints getting farther in the playoffs. I don't know if they'll get past the second round. I think because they're kind of depleted in a few different ways, I think the Saints may whoop the Bears' ass and then lose in the second round to the Seahawks, and it'll be Seahawks and Packers in the NFC title game.
Yeah, I don't like the Saints because of Drew Brees.
You don't? What's up with Drew Brees?
Drew Brees played a big part when that Hurricane Katrina came around. How much time he donated to his city and stuff. And I think actually following Hurricane Katrina the next year, they actually did win the Super Bowl, or 2 years later, something like that. They actually didn't end up winning the Super Bowl. But he's donated a lot of his time and his money. He was also on that show called The Boss, some kind of boss show or whatever, where they go undercover boss. And he donated a lot of his time and money to those people as well, and the family and all that stuff. He's just all around a great guy. I actually wish I could actually meet him in person. But all the stuff that he's done.
So you're saying that Drew Brees is a good reason why you're okay with the Saints?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said you didn't like him. Okay.
No. I said I did like him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I misunderstood.
I said that's the only reason why I like the Saints is because of him.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. Yeah. And a lot of people that got mad at Drew Brees after he came out and was like, hey, what is this whole Black Lives Matter thing? You remember he came out recently and said that, and he got a lot of his black teammates mad at him. And then and it was interesting because after he gets his teammates mad at him and they had to talk to him about it, then all of a sudden Drew Brees gets hurt. I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't know if that was on accident. I can't really say because of the timing.
Yeah.
But I do follow the Packers, though. DJ, I don't even know why you're following me. You're a Packers fan. Sorry.
I honestly think that maybe he was misunderstood. He had probably had good reasoning behind why he was asking what's up with all this stuff. Because to be honest, I'm still confused. Like I get the whole Black Lives Matter concept. To be honest with you, I do get it.
Okay.
Just I don't get with the whole when the whole riots broke out and stuff. That made no sense, especially in Chicago. They, believe it or not, the black people built Chicago. They just tore down what they built.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of black people, a lot of Irish people, a lot of Polish people built Chicago. But you do realize a lot of
they actually did a video on the news a while back, or you can actually look it on YouTube. I don't know. I don't remember what year. I think it was in Los Angeles, where this black guy was even crying, telling his own people, "Why are you doing this? Why are you ruining your own city? We help make this. We help. You're ruining our lives again. Our own lives. Our own."
Oh,
people.
you're talking about are you talking about the Rodney King riots in '92?
I think so. Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a whole so and here's why I understand the Black Lives Matter movement. So and not the rioting, but the actual protesting that was going on. That was actually sponsored by Black Lives Matter. The protesting period, I understand only because when you start getting into you keep telling a certain group of people, hey, we're going to keep. There's oppressive measures. There's Jim Crow. There's slavery. There's the police were even started in this country as slave hunters. And then you have the Jim Crow laws that come into there. You have sharecropping. You have different things that have happened to keep one group of people in a certain place, right, for a while.
Yeah.
And then you say, hey, listen, by the way, when you get out of that, and even since before the civil rights movement, and then afterwards, you have people saying, listen, and this has been the biggest trick in the book, right? Don't protest. What are you protesting for? Right? And then when other shit breaks out, like the riots, like burning cars, like other crazy shit, and it gets worse and worse and worse, then people are saying, well, why don't you protest peacefully? Which of course is what they were doing in the first place. So it's a game. It's a let's act like they're the bad guy after they do some crazy shit, but let's make sure that we're saying that we almost have to force them to do crazy shit because we're not going to act like we're taking them seriously enough while they're not doing crazy shit. So that's a game. For me, again, I was downtown Chicago not too long ago, a little after COVID started. I was in downtown Chicago, masked up, sanitized, gloves on. We were all marching in Chicago. And the thing is, all of us, it was a peaceful protest. It was all marching, making sure we took, how many blocks. We worked it out. We even worked out with the cops how many blocks, where we were going to end it. We told them ahead of time, like, here's what's going to be going on. And that was it. And then we did our thing.
Yeah.
But see, that night, and everyone went home. And I know everyone went home because I was connected with the group here. And people were like, yeah, no, we're going home. We're doing this. We're gonna go ahead and make our signs for next week. Right. There we go. So we're going to make our signs for next week. That night at like 2 a.m., there were a few buildings that got broken into, but it's miles away from where these people lived at where we were protesting, like miles away. And people said, well, there was a protest today, and look at them now rioting. And that's the difference. A lot of the news was saying these same people that were protesting are now rioting, and that's a misnomer.
And that's the problem. The media will only want you to see what they want you to see. There was this meme that I've seen before where it showed a tiger holding the cub, but on one side it looks like the tiger's eating the cub, and you face it the other way, it's just holding it by its neck, carrying it like it's supposed to. That right there is a powerful message. Is a powerful message to me, because it's the truth. You have only one angle and one side of the story versus hearing everyone out. They're only producing what they want you to see. They don't show the good stuff. They don't show perfect example, somebody caught on camera of an officer actually doing a good deed and buying this black family groceries and food and paid off their rent for a month. Okay. You don't see any of that stuff on the news, but the moment a cop shoots a black person or even a white person, it's all over the news, and all of a sudden, you know, he's bad, and all
Well, let's
cops
be
are
honest.
bad,
If it bleeds,
and all
let's be
cops
honest.
are bad.
If it bleeds, it leads. I mean, that's one thing that you hear a lot in media. Another thing that I will say to that, though, is on the opposite, on the flip side of you saying this cop buying an African-American family groceries and paying off their rent and doing all this good shit, then you've got 3 other videos that show other cops in the city of Chicago, and I do mean in our city, breaking windows of a 7-Eleven type store, like a Speedway or a gas station, whatever else. They're breaking windows and doors of the store, and they show police in uniform doing it. And later on, you see other people looting that store. So you say that, hey, the news then reports on all these people looting the store, but they never say how that shit started either. And so there's always like a here and there game to play in this, right? There's always a here and there thing. You always see a little bit here, you see a little bit there of certain stories, right? There are a lot of 2 different sides to the stories in a lot of these. Right. I wouldn't say there's 2 different sides of the stories to police indiscriminately killing black people.
Exactly.
But to the looting, yes.
To that aspect, those cops were also breaking the windows. There was, I'll call it, I believe it's a rumor, but they're saying there's that one group that first came out when all this started happening, that they said it was all set up, and they were setting up certain things, and we're going to go in and kill white people and trying to get all these white people scared. The group's name. They were saying some of those cops were the ones also started that movement as well.
Well, so police, if you're thinking of Antifa, if you're thinking of the anti-fascist movement, that is not started by cops. Cops have aligned with some of them, but then some of them, like you have, and the signal's going in and out. I think it's just haps right now. But I will say that the other thing about cops going with like supporting Proud Boys and people that are blatantly saying they're white supremacists, and they've said it on their pages on Facebook, and they've said it out in crowds, and those are the guys that come out and Jews will not replace us, and those guys. And yet you see police officers eagerly waiting to let those guys go free. But when it's somebody that is like Antifa, when it's somebody that is BLM, that is actually trying to say, hey, this is what we're protesting, they get shot at with rubber bullets and tear gas. So I'm wondering, why the difference is there. And then, of course, even if not all cops are like that, it does sure as shit make them look bad as a whole when you see things like this happening in multiple states around the United States. It does provide a bad look for sure. So even if not all cops, and there's a few, hell, you and I knew a few that were good cops that were growing up even. We knew a few. So it's not like we knew all bad cops and everybody's corrupt and all this other shit. No, we knew good cops. But the difference is when certain cops and certain big police departments, especially Chicago PD and other police departments out in like LA and New York and out in Florida and all that, and in Texas, when you see all of these things happening and BLM protesters, and I do mean protesters, not rioters, protesters are getting shot at by the police, but yet Proud Boys are willingly able to go by and openly beat on people. That to me shows a clear-cut bias by specific police departments. The thing is, it's not that all of them are bad. I'm saying that, again, when we're talking about police reform, I can see why people are asking for it as well.
Makes sense.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. It's starting to have like lag issues. So I'm going to hop off of here. I'll let this kind of sit or whatever else. But we have this live, so it'll be live up here. But I appreciate you for coming up in here. It's good seeing you. And I will hopefully connect with you on social media.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
All right, later.